Heading on to week 9, facing off against a Rams team that is kind of bouncing back themselves on the season, similar to us. And we're in Los Angeles. We just got done beating the Lions. I know the score is 38-14. If you didn't watch this last episode, you'd be thinking, wow, you guys really turning around, doing really well. Which I will say, I mean, we did have a good game, but Detroit kind of sold more than anything, and it was a close game all the way throughout until the fourth quarter hit. So it's not really a 38-14 game, but we will still love the fact that we did come out looking decent, and then we finished extremely strong, which, of course, my pullout game, very weak, actually. So I don't even know how we did this, to be honest. But let's head into week 9. Of course, you could have had a trade deadline play, but there just isn't anyone for this team that we can really allocate resources to. And once again, looking at the roster, I don't think there's a need for anything. As far as the O-line goes, we have all the players for the future. Guard, maybe you could replace Gabe Jackson, but he's accounting for a decent bit of cap right now, and he's playing pretty well still. Of course, receivers, you don't need a new receiver. Quarterback, I mean, you're not going to be able to find someone on the trade block that's, starting caliber. Maybe inside linebacker, but other than that, I mean, the team's pretty good. It just, once again, is a younger squad that needs to keep developing. Obviously, Woolen is back to his old interception ways, which we love to see. It'd be lovely to see an actual breakout at some point, though, as, of course, Sidney Jones had a really good week and didn't get himself anything, apparently. Any players of the week, speaking of, and the answer is no, sadly. Phelps, the rookie quarterback for the Eagles, looking pretty strong, and everyone else's numbers pretty weak. Like, how the hell does Perriman win a player of the week with 1 pick and 13 tackles? If we were on the AFC side, we would have had multiple players that could have won it that week. But let's stay calm, let's relax. Of course, their run game, not looking terrible. Their pass game, however, surprisingly, is actually looking really bad. 25th for passing in the league, which is extremely bad. I want to keep applying that pressure, as that is kind of what this team needs to do to succeed. And short pass game, of course, that is their bread and butter. Obviously, getting mismatches for Cooper Kupp and just throwing underneath anytime they can. They don't really have a guy right now that can spread or stretch the field on us. And then, of course, you do have Mr. Aaron Donald. Running the ball might not be super viable today. I think throw it medium is going to be our thing. I think it's going to be something we have to do, and hopefully we don't get any injuries. We'll take a look at our injuries. We'll take a look at their injuries, and then, get our upgrades in and hop right into the game. Hopefully continue this win streak. Also didn't see the Rams record. They are also on a bit of a win streak, as each team is at 500 or better in the division. Our injury report has no one. The Rams injury report has Terrell Lewis out for the season with a fractured elbow. Not a primetime game today, as we have just played one recently enough. And as a Seahawks team, you can't really expect too many primetime games, as how many teams, how many people really want to see on primetime? I know Seahawks fans are going to obviously always want to watch, but as far as like a league-wide thing, we're still kind of a team that's in the rebuild process, and we're still not the most exciting team in the league. But we do make our plays, and obviously, even if it's not a primetime game, this game is just as important as any game, maybe even more important than last week. What a weird primetime lineup. The Seahawks versus Lions. I suppose if you consider both teams to be equally as bad, I guess it could still make for an entertaining game, and I mean, it kind of did, I suppose. But obviously the Rams, who are on a win streak like us, trying to climb ourselves back into the top part of the division. Obviously the Niners are on a bit of a slide, as they've lost their last 2, and they've swept the season on us, so it's a very interesting kind of like turn of events, if you will. Obviously this team is starting to get back on the takeaway category, as we've intercepted the ball and forced some fumbles and recovered some fumbles as of late. Last week being by far the best game we've had for it. And, going to try to do that the same this week. Obviously, the Rams have a pretty depleted offensive line. I'm not sure exactly what their weapons are looking like. I believe Cooper Kupp, hey, whatever you're into in the bedroom, then. And Akers are still there, but everyone else, not 100% sure. We obviously know Ramsey and Donald are still there, and those are the 2 biggest names you have to watch out for each week you play them. But starting the game off, kicking the ball as we usually do. Actually tried to get the ball early in this one, and that is not what happened. Return man Beckwith will keep this in the end zone, and we're going to find out how Stafford's playing, as the guy, I believe, has actually had a bit of a bad start to the season. Let's take a look. and that is untrue. He is actually on par for MVP. 21 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, over 2,000 yards, and only halfway through the season. I mean, this man is on par for a very good one. Barnes in coverage against Kupp. I mean, I know Kupp loves the slot, but I will say, it's not that, like, the slot... Well, there's that. I was just about to say, it's not like the slot corners can't keep up with Kupp. It's just usually Kupp ends up getting onto a player that's a little bit worse, or a linebacker. That time it was Barnes, who's actually had a pretty good year so far for us, but yeah, it didn't really work out too well. And, of course, another short play. Kupp again, burning down the sideline for a gain of like 30 this time. 49 yards on 2 plays to Cooper Kupp. It's safe to say that the guy is still pretty good. Davenport trying to make a play, cannot, and that one is slightly overthrown. I think that might have been Kupp again. Can't tell, but second attempt, we made a stop on a play. That one isn't technically, but still only a gain of 2. Kalen Barnes all over the huge Tyler Higbee. Obviously, he's going to start regressing pretty hard here, as obviously he's a little bit on the older side, and he's not really super athletic, so not the hardest guy to get to. It's just hard to bring down. Maffei's got to break off that sooner. Does do it, though, as Stafford has nowhere to go, and a derailed drive that looked insanely promising, but you know what? It benefits us, so I'm not going to complain about it. We will get the stop. We will force the field goal, and that is an insanely fast drive. Once again, held to only 3. Caldwell forced to return the ball. Going to cut it back inside, get a little bit of room, and he has been improving weekly. And speaking of improving weekly, Hikaru had a really good game last week. He had a couple of, I think a week before that or 2 weeks before that, had a lot of yards in a game. It's just all about trying to protect the football, which has been a very bad thing for him this season as a rookie. However, there's a reason why he hasn't really been overshadowed by any other quarterback, and that's because we know the situation around him isn't perfectly ideal. We know the situations that led to interceptions, weren't perfect, and we're not going to completely hold it against him for those situations. So still rocking it with the youngster because we know the potential is there. And Kenneth Walker, the blocks close up pretty hard on him. We went to the opposite side of Noah Fant because Aaron Donald was over there. Of course, Kenneth Walker, an amazing game last week, on par for another absolutely ridiculous season. Going to be pressing Metcalf. However, it is Jalen Ramsey, a guy that can definitely cover a guy. Underneath, we're going to throw to Bo Melton, and Bobby Wagner still here on the team. Not like necessarily super surprising, but wouldn't have surprised me to actually see him off the team. So either way, it's interesting to see him still here. Of course, 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line, and in behind. That's a little bit of a late read. A great catch by Lockett, gaining about 12 on the play. And another first down. It's not that I was worried that Ramsey was going to make a play on the ball. It's just I thought maybe Ramsey was going to cover the slant more than anything. And he didn't. And this is not a terrible ball, as Metcalf is going to hold on. I knew he had the mismatch. I would have loved to throw the ball a little bit further downfield, but that is a good job to gain about 30. Going to the left side, Aaron Donald's over there, but Bobby Wagner's not. So it's like, pick your poison. You're going to get beat by somebody. Inside, not going to make the play. Jalen Ramsey with a vicious tackle there. It's actually a really good tackle because that could have very easily been a touchdown if Walker breaks that play off. Of course, looking for the quick throw, and we're not going to be able to hand it. There you go, 4 yards. I thought we were going to have a chance to throw that ball, but we could not. 3rd and 2, play action. Metcalf has had a pretty good time of it on these play action calls. But with Donald on the outside, I'd like to try this up the middle here. And we talk about Donald on the outside, but he made a quick beeline to the inside there. It is now 4th and 1. I really do think throwing the ball here is a pretty good decision. The play action I don't believe in, but can you believe in the blocks when there's a good chance that Bobby Wagner shoots the gap? I almost said something else. 4th and 1, I think you have to go for this, though. And Walker's not going to get it. Too many players to have to avoid. Did a good job on 2 of the players, but a 3rd one shoots it. And turnover on downs from the 12. Gotta be kidding me. As Elton Jenkins, our best lineman, just lets a guy completely in, causing us to cut back. Couldn't cut it left because that guy gets free. We slip off, but the center, who I can't blame because he's doing a pretty good job, lets go his guy at the worst time. Still gets the stiff arm, but then he has to go against Robinson, and it was just too much. I mean, talk about Kenneth Walker doing everything physically in his power to try to get that, and still couldn't do it. Stafford with a very clean pocket, but runs into danger to the 1. I would love to see them review that because I think it's a safety. Good job by Nwosu not giving up. Stafford obviously looks over. There's like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. And, of course, not in time. I don't know how that's not a safety. But I think we're going to challenge it, actually, because I think this is a bad call. I think this is a safety. I don't know how this isn't. I feel like this is a safety. Like, in what world is this not in his own end zone? Let's see what they call. This is going to be an interesting one. Make the right call. I don't care we're in L.A. I don't care, dude. The L.A. pocketbooks strike again. After review of the play, our prescription glasses still haven't come in. I mean, come on, dude. Like, make the call. Oh, no. What a play. Brooks, you freaking hero, dude. Brooks just saved a potential touchdown. I don't even know how he did it. Give this man a raise. Actually, did we already pay him? I don't know, but we're going to pay him at some point, so don't worry about it. At some point. And you can't deny this one. Safety. Boye Mafe with the play. Stafford living too dangerously. Sooner or later was going to happen, and Caldwell is going to be in a bad spot here. And we're just going to slide down there. That's scary. Well, wasted challenge. However, we do still end up getting the safety anyways, so I feel okay about it. And we're going to have to cut it back inside. Nice play and a flag. Really good cutback by Kenneth Walker following the block of Xavier Moore. But I was going to say as I expected, but no, Gabe Jackson, I will say that is exactly the hole we ran into. And it was pretty big still, considering. That's what she said after about unblacked. First and 17 from the 24-yard line. Still going to run the ball. We had a pretty good start, and not so much on that one. I wanted to get another decent runoff, and that just didn't happen. Of course, Metcalf not lined up one-on-one against Ramsey, but if it's zone coverage, we'll run right into him. And that is a really bad route by Fant. Of course, we get pressured regardless, but Fant has got to do a better job there. He like, pumped his feet hard. And there was a good chance that that could have literally been picked. What did I do here? Oh, that's actually the play, isn't it? Too much audibles? No, thank you. And we're going low, and that is a very good play by 37. A late read there, as I didn't expect more to come out of that break so fast. That's kind of on us, though. If we hit that throw in time, that's probably a first down. Instead, it was a dangerous hospital-type pass. As Kalen Barnes isn't going to get there in time, they're going to get a nice little return, barely keeping it in bounds. A hell of a score of 2-3. Obviously, we knew this was going to be a tough one against the Rams, who've got some pretty talented defenders, but still would have loved to see a score at one point on one of these drives underneath. Of course, they will go to Cooper Kupp, but as has been the trend, really struggling to get base pressure, let alone blitz pressure. 2nd and 6. Northcutt made a pretty good play, but unfortunately they didn't hand it to the receiver, and they're going to gain about 15 to Akers. Of course, with that punt, huge yardage. In a really good spot before that play. And we're going to sit on the underneath, and nice, Porter. I was about to say, one of these times, these little sit-downs have killed us all season long. One of these times, you got to knock it out rather than them catching it. And that was the time. Of course, they run it here, and we're in a bad spot. But Brooks, nope, isn't going to make the play. We said we're in a bad spot. Too many DBs on the play, and they are killing us. I get it, right? DBs are supposed to get tossed around by wide receivers, well, tight ends at least, and linemen. But we got to do a little bit better up front. Just a little bit better. Can't be getting thrown around like that. And, of course, Barnes, I can't even blame him. He's got a tough matchup in the slot, going against Kupp half the time. Brooks, of course, about to get in there, but Cooper Kupp on that outside. Really good tackle by Barnes. We've seen an even easier play missed on the tackle earlier, so good work there. 1st and 10. Got the blitz. We're going to drop off with Barton, and Kupp is open for the touchdown. We played it a little shallow, but we were kind of giving him the help, and it doesn't matter because Kupp burned so fast that we couldn't even get out there in time as They're going to score the touchdown from about 20 yards out. Quandre Diggs this time in coverage. Thought he maybe would have been a little more physical at the line with the press. Might have been, but it wasn't very successful. 2-10, of course, a touchdown and 2-point would tie the game up, so we're not going to be too sad about the start here we've had today, as we're going to get a lot of room, and Kenneth Walker is going to turn into about 14 heading into the second quarter. I mean, looking at the numbers, they're not terrible. They just have that extra touchdown, so we're able to match them on this drive. It's not a bad start for either team, really. Lockett has a chance to go deep. Moore might be the quick throw, though. Depends on if they blitz or not. And they do, and we couldn't even get it off. Moore was the contingency plan if we, got blitz, but it didn't matter because we couldn't get the damn ball off. Of course, we're going to try to run the squiggle from Moore, but Fant is probably my main read off the gate. And Walker doesn't block. Hikaru does get off the tackle from Donald, but obviously couldn't do nothing with it after the fact, and that is going to be a sack. I mean, we've stood tough in the pocket, but ultimately Donald's going to be able to do pretty much anything he wants there. I mean, even look at the screen. He is out there. What is that by the center? I'm not saying we're going to get that first down, but we get a hell of a lot closer if we actually get the block. Good job by Walker to, at least break that tackle. But, oh my, it was so good except for the center. All right, Kalen Barnes. It's literally one-on-one. Thank you. Thank you, Kalen. Of course, won't return it anyways. The ball's a little bit out of the range. Really good punt. They are going to be up 8 with ball at the 19. For the 19-yard line, I need this D-line to get through. And they're not going to. Not that it matters anyways. The curl route was wide open. They gained nearly 20 on the first play of the drive. And I've tried to run more man this game, but you can see the mismatches are there with Cooper Kupp. Can't get off the line, and there it is again. Cooper Kupp gaining about 15. I mean, if we're not even going to cover him for like a second, in what world are we ever going to stop them? Like, this is going to be a blowout. And if not for the safety, a shutout, as they gain yet another first down. I mean, at this rate, we're going to just run the press, man, and hope we actually get there because literally nothing else has worked. And there we go. Nice. Brooks on the sack. Did not fall for the running back. And we force them to lose 8 yards on the play. Thank you, Jesus. Something goes positive for us. Come on, D-line. Oh, there goes Davenport. Ooh, almost a late hit on the quarterback. Of course, Akers bounces off of Adams. Stiff arms Sidney. Of course, it's only going to be 4 yards, but that's still really annoying as we should have been there to make a crazy play on it. And obviously, we're kind of sitting mid here with Brooks. We do have to get over here a little bit. And a little bit of a block in the back by Cooper Kupp. No call. Thankfully, it's still going to lead to only a field goal. But tell me how this isn't a block in the back. Like, what is this? If Porter wasn't there, we would have missed him because of the block in the back. 47-yard field goal. Not the easiest. Definitely not the toughest in today's NFL, but still a chance to miss. Especially with Bryant. And, oh, that was a pretty bad kick in fairness, but they will take the 2 possession. 5:44 in the second. We do get ball at half. Keep that in mind. Just try not to get the game out of reach. It doesn't matter. Oh, wow. Really? Couldn't make that cutback? We had some room. Cam Newton showing some plays. I want you to learn some things from Cam, but not everything. There's some things you can keep, you can. All right. 7-yard sack instantly. Nobody wants to block Leonard Floyd. That is some talent here. Look at this. That's some good blocking. Well, that could literally already derail the drive. That's sweet. Love that. That was fun. Play action. Lockett making a really good play on Jalen Ramsey, I think. But it's not really going to be a whole lot as that sack took us back so far already. Going to be on a 3rd and 11 because of it. Might streak Metcalf as we're not going to have many opportunities where it's going to be one-on-one non-Ramsey. And there it is. Please. Hikaru just missed a potential layup touchdown. For some reason, the safety leaves the vicinity. If he even puts a yard within his reach, it's a touchdown. And instead, it is going to be a punt. Down by 11. Teams keep pressing Metcalf because they're obviously trying to get to us because they know they can. And they keep paying, but Hikaru doesn't want to make them pay. Hell, I guess I would do the same thing if I was them, if I know there's a good chance the quarterback won't hit the throw anyways, let alone if we get the press or not. And Wosu, pretty good help there with Brooks, only gaining a yard. We actually had Woolen on Cup there. I can't really have Woolen travel because he is more of a boundary corner, but if we don't start playing defense, I might have to do what I can. And there is a screen pass that is going to have to be thrown away as the entire defense was in on that one. 3rd and 9. Come on, boys. Defense looking pretty good on this set. Let's make a stop. Porter over the middle, playing pretty good coverage. This could be a covered sack. He's going to throw it away, and we have forced the 3 and out. At least the defense has come to play. 13 points can't really be blamed when the offense is playing the way it has. Of course, this punt could put him in a good spot. And, I mean, he kind of gives us a chance to return this. And Caldwell, look at the speed. Turning this into a huge gainer down to the 36-yard line. Nice play. It's a gain of like 20 on the return. All right, they do have a safety that's pretty much untouched here if the tackle doesn't get out there, which he doesn't. Nice stiff arm by Kenneth, but back to the line of scrimmage we go. They kind of see us as a run-pass-pass team, and this is a play where we're going to be actually running again, and Walker just barely getting out of the reach of Aaron Donald there for the first down. This play-action play looks all right, actually. Question is, will we get the time to throw? And there goes Moore as Jalen Ramsey is kind of sold on the underneath defense so far. Letting up a couple of those now. Stretch play, I mean, it's against not Donald. This Kenneth is going to take a huge hit, gains 2, going to the 2-minute warning. Got Metcalf on the wheel. I like the double drag. Lock it over the middle, could get behind. And he doesn't necessarily, but it's kind of left the middle uncovered. We gained 16 on the play. Cross drag, let's get a block from Kenneth. And there is a nice throw over the middle to lock it again to the 5. Clock is obviously, you know, not on or against us, I suppose. It's actually it is actually more against us than it is like helping, because they're going to get a chance here. Cap on the streak, 1-on-1. That is a tough look, but we're paying attention to it. And there it goes. A terrible throw for a pick. How is that good accuracy? In what world is that good accuracy? He's wide open for a touchdown, and he misses by a mile. Hikaru with an absolutely disgusting wobbler crap throw costs us another touchdown. How is this good accuracy? In what world is that good accuracy? Oh my, is Eason going to have to come in? Are we going to have to restart the quarterback process again? Literally playing worse than the carousel quarterbacks we had last season. The dude has issues, man. I don't know what it is. He's just so trash. It's so frustrating because he has so much potential, but there's just something about him that just won't let him succeed. It's probably us. Oh, Jamal. Oh, Jamal. There you go. Who said Jamal can't catch? Over the shoulder. That was a tough one. Good play. Obviously, we're going to be down at our own 2, so it's probably not going to lead to anything anyways. But still, at least it didn't lead to a touchdown. Can't believe Stafford threw it that far, though. Slater up the middle, and really good stiff arm, as literally no one's going to give him help there. Kenneth Walker back in the lineup. Going to try to follow these receivers. Didn't realize the clock was going that fast. Holy crap. I forgot we had chew clock on. They're going to call a timeout. I suppose it's good that we wasted the clock, because we might have been forced to give him the ball back. They're telling us to kneel it. Knowing us, we would literally freaking fumble or kneel in our own end zone or something. 3rd and 8, inside handoff. Walker trying to cut it back. Turns it into an okay little gainer, but that will lead us to the second quarter, or the second half, down 2 to, what was that, 13 points? Wow, what a scoreline. This offense, man, this quarterback, he's just like, you think he's progressing, and then he just has insane setbacks. Like, absolutely insane ones. Run the ball inside's the focus, stopping the short pass. It's literally all we can do at this point. Kenneth Walker's going to have to carry us to another victory, like usual. Down 11 as well, so it's It's a bit of a tough one for a running back to, get us back into. Don't you dare fumble, Caldwell. He's had a couple of good returns today, but that one was not one of them. Stretch alert. We actually do have a chance here with the edge blockers. And he's going to utilize that speed. He's going to block from Lockett. Starting off the second half with a bang. 82 yards back-to-back weeks. Touchdown Walker. I thought there was a decent look there, but I thought at some point a safety was going to get to us, and they never did. Of course, the 2-point conversion. Why the hell would I give it to anyone but Kenneth? Why would I throw the ball here? Up the middle, no blocks. Kenneth doesn't care. 2-point, successful. Down 3. A less than 14-second score in the second half has given us life immediately. Might not have quite been an inside run like we said to focus on, but definitely starting out with a bang on the ground game, I'll tell you what. Oh, that was a nice little double move there, but ends up playing it safe to Higbee, gaining nothing. Woolen going against Mr. Cup again. Gonna get a little, stack in line a little bit here. And really good job on the run. 0 yards again. Defense tightening up. 3rd and 10 now. It would be nice to get a press from Barnes, but can you really even trust it? Can't get in there with Ed Oliver. Gets a little bit of a push, but it's a little late. No one open. Woolen misses, but the ball is overthrown. Just glad they didn't call PI, and we will force the punt. Just slightly out of reach for Tariq Woolen, but getting the ball back already. This second half has started off pretty nicely for us. As Caldwell, about to say maybe getting going where he left off, but doesn't really get much, but also doesn't make too bad of a play either. We said we're going to get out of this running the ball. We meant it. Not time to start throwing now, I'll tell you what, as Kenneth's going to pick up some decent blocks, gains about 6. When it comes to it, it comes to it, but at this point, not really. Actually, maybe it does. I like this play a lot, actually. And that is a pretty good read. Metcalf will be a yard short. Good blocking for once. Halfback dive with plenty of options. I really do like Metcalf there, but his slants are a little sus. Gonna go up the middle, and we're gonna get it. Kenneth Walker, a little wild with that ball carrying, but gains 3. First down. Instead of just running the screens, before the end of the half, before the, game's over, we're gonna run a screen a little earlier today and see what we can do. And we do get out there. Of course, Aaron Donald chasing that down from behind is absolutely nuts. We only gained 3, and what could have been so much more. Disley, of all players, is going to be the shot man here. And maybe not. Hikaru across his body, and obviously under pressure, never going to have a chance. Either the wide receiver or Hikaru there on that throw, which is really unfortunate. Going to go with the drag from Walker. I'm actually going to slant Walker. Let's see what that route running's got for us. And we're going to throw it underneath, actually, and Moore will be short. But you obviously have to go for it. Halfback pitch when you only need a yard. I mean, the outside looks good. And there is no blocking. Oh! Last second block! Ortega Whiteside! What a play! We were never going to make it cutting back inside. A lot of the times I normally would, but that time was not one of them. And a last second block saves it. As Kenneth's going to get more blocks again, gaining the first down. 11 yards gained, of course, probably a bit juiced here, though. Guy you normally don't see too often. Salvan Ahmed, a guy that has actually fumbled in most of his limited carries. And wow, there is no chance to run there. Holy crap. Teams like no Kenneth Walker, we can take a break. It's like, please don't do that, of course. 2nd and 12 run call is gutsy, but they don't really have any linebackers over him. And more importantly, our pass game sucks. As we're going to gain 3 yards. Nice. Slam from Metcalf. Could be a quick throw to Fant. And it will be... He's going to be maybe a little short. No, he's going to get the first. Kind of want to hurry up here. I don't know how much I believe that was a first down. Going to hand it off before anyone gets a chance. Kenneth Walker slipping off of Aaron Donald gains about 4. A yard is hardly easy to gain. So, when you can get the first down, you take that. Over the middle, Lockett was open last time. And he's going to be open again. That was intercepted. We even went with the aggressive catch. Woo! It's literally through his freaking hand, dude. That is his arm. That's not the other player's arm. The other guy has blue gloves. Bruh, I'm done with this freaking... actual baboon game. Actually made by chimpanzees. It's actually insane. Trying to go for the safety, not going to get it, and we missed the tackle. Diggs one-on-one. Good shot to the knee, but to the 30. Frozen player again. First and 10 from the 30. Trying to go up the middle. Brooks misses, and that's a touchdown. Jamal's trying to catch up, but it's pretty futile here. Good try, but Akers is gone. CPU interception sliders are at 30. Guess that's not low enough. Inside, nice. Nice juke move as well for once. Nice fight, gains 13. Let's hurry up to the line, see what we can find. A lot of, like, shortcuts. And Lockett starts to slow down. Not sure what that was about, but good delivery, good first down. Going to challenge us. I'm not really sure how that was possible to be short, but they lose a challenge. This is actually a banger play, but kind of on the wrong side here, but thrown across our body to the right could be a major disaster. Bumped off his route, but I'm actually glad because Lockett going shorter there works out, and wow, did he just take a punishment. That was a hit. I will say, playing a little more fearlessly here, and it's kind of working out. I like this. Last time we ran this, we got insta-rushed. This time we don't. And you got to take that on the run, of course, just nowhere in sight. Second and 10 on the inside handoff, the dive play. Let's see if we can get at least 4. And we get about 3. Getting 4 is a little inside, a little out of our playbook. Our, what is that called? Our pay grade, apparently. We should have taken that soon. Hikaru, he might just not be the guy, dude. I don't care if there's a guy sniffing your ass crack. If you can't throw that ball to Lockett, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? How is it that bad? Who is he throwing to? Of course, Myers, this is, a little bit different than most field goals. Like we were talking about, under 50, probably going to let the AI kick it. But that one, almost a chip shot, and it's super important. And it's, the only field goal we've kicked, so showing a field goal here and there isn't going to kill us, but man, I mean, just the running back, the wide receivers, they're giving it their all, and Hikaru, of all players here, is really letting them down. I will say that play with Lockett, that was complete bull crap. Not on him at all, but like I don't know what I can do at this point. Like I feel like the sliders are perfect, and then you just have stupid coding, stupid animations costing an amazing game. I mean, that should be... nice play by Cooper Kupp. I mean, that should be either caught or an incompletion. Maybe we're scoring a touchdown there, and the game's completely different. But no, that doesn't happen because the coding's so trash. Come on, Adams. Running the mid-blitz, bringing the press. Got to get a piece of Kupp. And, I mean, what can Barnes do there? He's in pretty good coverage. Fourth quarter, down 7. They're driving in position for a score, but not over. Don't tell me that said they ran for 6 attempts and got 100+. It doesn't surprise me. It's just, please don't say it out loud. I don't want to hear it. Moves off the edge. Can't get the pressure. We're just having no pressure today at all. And Diggs with the closing speed gets the pick. Tries the truck. That's not what we want to do. I wanted to cut spin, but didn't happen. Start of the fourth with a little bit of a late read and an undercut by Diggs. And I would love to take a shot with Metcalf here, but the way they're lined up, you kind of want to just run it, double team Donald, and hopefully get a push. We hesitated, but it turns out to be a gain of about 5 anyways. Like, don't get me wrong, I want to run the ball and win the game with Kenneth, but, when they're stacking, sometimes I do have to throw the ball. Here we're going to go Lockett on the sweep. Lockett trying to get some yards, gets hammered, but gains 4. It's not a bad play by any means. 6th in takeaways 2 today, which... I mean, realistically, that second one probably shouldn't have been a takeaway, so it's not like we're playing terribly. We're just having some unfortunate situations. On the inside, Kenneth is going to get stopped. And, man, it's tough because with 9 minutes left, if you don't get this, I mean, it could be game. But at the same time, can you expect us to get another stop? I don't know. Put it this way, if I don't have a play I like, I'm just not going to run this. I really like this, actually. And that's who I was going to every day of the week. Get a linebacker peeling out on Metcalf. I mean, unless he literally ran to that out the whole way, he was never going to get there in time. Good play. Good first down. But I have to be honest with you, with the way the pressure got there, if, that linebacker followed him even a little bit better, we're probably turning the ball over there. And we're cutting it back pretty hard there. Saw that left side get some pretty nice blocks, but I didn't think we were going to fit the gap. Play action look. Kind of want to switch this to the right. Hikaru is not great on the run anyways, but at least it'd be a little bit better rolling to his strong side. And I guess not. If he's under pressure even a sliver, that ball might as well be a rocket ship because it's headed to the moon. I mean, my mans cannot throw for crap when the play is not perfect. Noah Fant, that's going to be picked off because it's poor accuracy. And Metcalf with a nice chase down. What is this, Buda Baker? Hikaru's benched. He's benched. There's nothing else to it. He has the most potential of every quarterback, hands down, but he just sucks. He just sucks. There's nothing else to it. I don't know what it is. He just sucks. And, of course, we're going to miss the tackle on Akers. We do hammer him, but his defense, who has given an insane effort today, is going to be doing it all for nothing as we're going to lose this game. Sit down route. The curl route's open over there, but he's going to take the covered sack as we freaking do it in coverage again. And Wosu doing a pretty good job there. Kind of want to bring the heat here. I don't know how often you're going to get a coverage sack on this team. Bringing the heat and throws it underneath. Good hit. Forced fumble. The defense does it again. Brooks with a huge hit on a small receiver. And it's Seattle ball, 6 minutes left. Cam Newton with a chance to win it. Even though it really should be Eason, is honestly, the way Eason played, he probably should have had the starting job. And that is a late hit potentially. Cam Newton, finally, it took him this long to get the roughing the passer penalty called in his favor. How many years he's been waiting, and he gets one. Thank God for everyone's love of hating Cam Newton, I suppose. As we're going to be down to the 38 now. And that's a tough one, and really good job by 33. That's where you would love to see Hikaru's throw power in there, but I mean, let's be honest, it's not even going to be close to accurate. It's going to be just picked straight up anyways. Stretch play for Ahmed looking okay, gains about 4. Double spot, kind of looking for those sit-downs. Could be a quick throw to Walker. It's a tough read. And that is a good throw. It's going to leave us inches, but that's okay. Cameron Newton, I don't know what they're doing here. There's nobody there. Going to go for the sneak, and I mean, that's about as easy as they come. I'm not really sure why they didn't defend that. I really like this look, because I just don't think they're going to cover short. Or to Fant. Not a great throw by Cam, but I'll tell you what, especially with pressure in his face, way better than Hikaru would hit. I really just think it is that pressure, man. He's got a paranoid under pressure. It's brutal. It's Kenneth Walker running like a madman, spinning, cutting down to the 9-yard line, excuse me. What a set of juke moves there. First and goal from the 9, trying to get this game back. Play action. They are bringing a little bit of heat, but if we can pick that up over there, just get a straight-up block from Noah Fant. You never know. Well, they kind of fake this out. We're going to take that underneath to Arcega, who's going against a pretty big linebacker. They're only going to gain a yard. We're going to be faking this off to Lockett, I believe, and Walker's going to be getting the ball here as they bring their superstar out that side. Walker slipping down to the 2. RPO does not look good here at all. And we probably had Fant, but I don't need it as Walker gets in for the touchdown. Extra point to tie. Kick is up by Myers, and it is good. I really just can't believe Hikaru, dude. Like, he's literally like 80-some medium throwing, and he can't hit a soul, dude. His under pressure stuff is just awful. He can't deliver a single ball if there's pressure nearby. It's crazy. It's actually insane, dude. I don't understand. Like, nobody's going to be great under pressure, but you can't be that bad. That's a screen. We're not going to get out there. Davenport does a good job, actually. And they're going to lose 4, sending us to the 2-minute warning. I'm, like, legitimately so invested in, Hikaru and the team, and it just pains me to see, a second-round pick look like a waste. And, of course, underneath, they're going to go to Akers. That's okay. I suppose we'll be the ones that call a timeout. I mean, this looks like, they're kind of just wasting the clock here. What the hell is this? Sidney Jones. Oh, this is a run. We kind of vacated the zone. Diggs with a really good tackle. And they're going to give Cam Newton and the offense a chance to forego overtime and pull off a little bit of a sneaky comeback. It's not like the craziest comeback in the world, but, 10-point deficit. Not that it was Cam Newton alone, but it's nothing to, shake a leaf over. I don't know if that's a saying, but I said it. Caldwell could maybe cut it all the way left, but just wanted to go upfield, get some yards, and, make a play. And now Hikaru's the one with the freaking Surface tablet. Surprised that thing's even intact at this point. I sure as hell wouldn't be if I was there. I'd be furious. Metcalf kind of locked up. We're going to have to force this one in there to lock, and it's a really good throw. Of course, clock's not necessarily against us here. Not really, it's kind of like pre-half. Hello? We're not going to get that audible off in time. Damn it. I'm going to run it with Walker here. The clock, once again, it's kind of not against us. Probably is more against them, if anyone. And, of course, Kenneth Walker, it was because of a huge run, but still another really good game for one of the guys leading up to GOAT status. Oh, my, that is a really bad set of blocks. That's going to be a bit of a setback. I mean, at that point, I was kind of like, hey, I'm fine with, running the ball a little bit to call game. If we get to, like, the 30 or so, I feel good with Myers kicking that. And they're going to leave Fant wide open here. And that's a really good catch. And let's hurry it to the line here. We don't really have a whole lot of time going on. Wish we would have spiked it there, to be fair. And Cam Newton going to try to take off and fumbles the ball, of course. I think 6'5", 240-pound quarterback can't take a hit. Of course he can. Of course. Good job, game. Good job. It's not even a strip. He just kind of hit him in the back. Hail Mary, which I don't really agree with, but just in case, you got to be careful underneath. Now they're just going to take the shot. A little surprising with 7 seconds left. They probably could have got a field goal attempt. I'm going to take the shot up and no go, as Stafford really didn't have himself a good game either, but 4 quarters isn't enough. We're headed to overtime. Tails never fails, baby. Except for today. Great, they get the ball. Stafford and the Rams will start overtime at their own 25-yard line, and we're going to start with a nice little blitz, which the way they're playing this doesn't seem like the worst call in the world, to be honest. Although if they throw a ball here, I don't know if we're going to get there. We're not going to break the tackles. He gained 7 on what could have been a loss of 3. Northcutt making a play there, but not a good enough one. Oh, this is tough. We're going to go with Mafe. Press on Cup is probably not easy. And they do leave it, but the running back is wide. Mafe, nice hit, but a gain of 8, first down. It's the Cooper Kupp effect. It's tough, man. Can't just leave him run free. You kind of have to press and run with him a little bit. And the running back's open again, and so is Cooper Kupp. Over the middle, huge hit by Adams. But another first down. Blitzing's not working. Clearly, zone coverage isn't working. We got to get DBs in. Simply put, we got to get those DBs in. Of course, in the zone is Kupp. Any linebacker's able to press him. It's going to be Jordan Brooks. Underneath is open. Got to get out there, Barnes. Misses the tackle. Another first down to the 27. They score a touchdown. It's over. Man coverage time, I guess. Cross corners here. I don't know how I feel about that. And Wosu pushing. Going to get a little piece of an Barton snapping there. And they gain some yards because of it. 2nd and 4. 22-yard line. It's obviously kind of been the Kupp show here. Diggs getting in there to force him to cut back. It's 3rd and 4. If there was ever a time to bring the heat, it would probably be this down, as we can't stop him anyways. Brooks and Nwosu with the sack. 3 on the day. Hasn't been consistent, but when there's a chance to get to the quarterback, it's been him first. Of course, Brooks making a really good job, play there for the lineman to have to reach out and grab him, and Nwosu comes in untouched. And we will force the field goal, giving the offense at least a chance. It's been kind of a crazy one this game. Bryant, not going to get it, and it is up and good. Don't want to waste any of those timeouts, as there is only 3 minutes left, and we're a little bit of a slow offense right now. Can Caldwell be the hero, or will he do too much and become the villain? Forced to return it. We're about to find out. Up the middle, and Caldwell with a nice little cutback. Had a chance. Gets us to the 27. Can't hate it. Talking about Hikaru not listening to Cam Newton too much. Maybe it should be the other way around. Talking about Hikaru not listening to Cam Newton too much. Maybe it should be the other way around. As obviously one has benched the other. That is a wide open Lockett who's going to cut it and try to fall down. Can't, but gains about 13. Field goal would tie it, and the tie still is a factor, especially division games more than ever. Tie game can mean a lot down the line. So whatever we do, we cannot cost the tie. Cannot have that go away. Metcalf that outside. It's been kind of there for the most part. Going to take the short route again, and not going to get it this time. I'm going to trust Walker up the middle, but we're going to try to cut this a little bit to the left here if we can. And the blocks are pretty bad. Walker turns into an okay situation, gaining 3. Obviously, it's 4-down territory. I feel like that's something that needs to be stated. But just in case. And we're going to get sacked. Don't know if there was anything to that right side. It looked left, it looked right. I didn't really see anything. Yeah, I was just about to throw a touch pass over the middle to Metcalf. Maybe a quick throw to Walker, even though his hands are sus. But outside of that, there really wasn't much going on. Can I get Walker in the backfield? Yeah, I'd rather have him block at this point. Metcalf's a decent route. Let's see what we got. And that's a pretty good throw, Noah Fant. And Cam Newton are going to keep the drive and the game alive. What a find. Obviously, if we want to, we could play it a little bit slower. Not too much slower. They're not going to see the screen. And Cam, I mean, I will say it's a terrible throw, obviously. But Walker's got to get out there and get that. When it's that, you're that open, you got to get underneath that, dude. Like, that is just abysmal. And Cam can't throw it away. That's a huge sack. We got to call a timeout. 3rd and 20. I keep forgetting the field goal is an option. A tie is pretty pathetic, but it's definitely a lot better than a straight-up loss. And we've been kind of dying by this play. We've been living and dying by this play. I think it's time to trust it again. And that is a pretty good throw inside. It's a great catch by Moore, and honestly, at this point, if I'm the Rams, I'm calling a timeout here because they don't know we're playing for the tie, but I'm playing for the tie at this point. I mean, there's no choice. And they will call a timeout. Freaking smart. Might have been due to the fact that they're trying to ice us, but you got to kick the field goal, I think, in this point. It's a manageable kick at 56 yards, even with the ice. And I think it's good. And it is. But still got to play defense for 53 seconds. Can we do it? I don't know. Sucks having to play for a tie, but what can you do? It's 4th and 11. That's just too many yards. You know, if it's later on in the season and we know the situation, maybe you go for it there, but at this point it's too early. A tie could still mean a ton. And hell, you don't know if it's a tie. They might try to do too much. That's why you got to be on our best behavior here on defense. Kind of allocating a little bit more over to that side with Cooper. He's obviously in the zone as well. Gonna take the underneath to the running back. It's a pretty clean tackle. They only have one timeout as well, and I think they're thinking the same thing. They're thinking, you know, would a tie be that bad? Would it be the worst thing in the world? That's kind of what it looks like, is obviously that little dump down is going to cost them a lot of yards. Switching last second might not be the best call, as Kupp is going to get a chance. And, I mean, they get out. No, they don't get out of bounds. Yeah, they do. Oof. Ooh, that was a decent play considering. Another short route, and we missed the tackle. Guys, please, get out there. We're playing it safe, and big ol' Higby's slipping away. How are we not getting a grab on him? Well, at this point, we might have just choked, so I think you kind of have to blitz. You're going to have to hope to catch Stafford off guard here. That's really the best case. Make it look like Adams dropping deep, stepping up. And I don't know if they're going to get enough time here. Are they going to get enough time to get this field goal off? I don't know. And they won't. I think he wanted to lead that more to the outside for Kupp to get to the out-of-bounds line, and he didn't. The pressure did catch him off guard. And we're going to finish the game with a tie. Wow. I mean, terrible defense in overtime there. I'm not going to lie, but we did enough as a whole team to at least come away with something. Ty felt like better than we deserved the way our quarterback situation was playing there. And obviously, we did have a pretty balanced game, but overall, that we just made too many mistakes. But ultimately, so did they, and we will finish this game equal, drawn game, 23-all. Of course, looking at the numbers, Hikaru was abysmal. Cam Newton was much better. Obviously, there were some bad throws in there, but still not as bad as Hikaru. Walker with another near 200-yard game back-to-back. Absolutely insane. Lockett had a really good game today. They kind of did their work with Metcalf, but also there was an 80-some yard or 75-some yard, whatever touchdown play that Hikaru missed wildly that could have avoided overtime completely, and he missed them, so that would have been over 100 yards on the game as well. What a disaster. Xavier Moore has an upgrade. Playmaker is going to be the usage for the medium route, which even just then barely puts him above 70. Obviously an absolute burner, but I'm not sure what we do at quarterback. Hikaru doesn't seem like the answer. He just doesn't. He really just simply does not seem like the answer. He, of course, has the best ratings, and it's not even a question. Obviously, he does have a morale drop because he's been playing like crap, and the team has obviously not been playing well in general. But I just don't know if we can stick with a quarterback that just sucks. Once again, it could be that sense of pressure, whereas Cam has ideal and Hikaru has paranoid. Which, if that's the case, I mean, I get it, right? Like, you are going to be bad with pressure as a rookie, but this many games in, it is kind of unfair for him to still have that. Could we maybe notch it up, 1 instead of being paranoid? Maybe notch it 1 time just because, he has dealt with the game and, maybe knows a little bit more. So I don't even know which one is best. Like, ideal is the best. Average is close. Oblivious is trigger happy even worse than paranoid? Because trigger happy doesn't seem as bad as paranoid. Trigger happy is like you get a little jumpy, but paranoid is like so I guess maybe oblivious perhaps. I don't know, but do we even give him another chance? I'm not sure. He's obviously the best long term, but somehow, some way, Cam and Eason play better, and that's all that matters. Once again, it probably is that pressure thing, but like I don't know. I do not know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'm not going to play another game, not going to do another episode until after this is uploaded. I want to see what you guys think, because, once again, it's clear-cut. It's not even a question that Hikaru is the best quarterback on this team based on pure ratings. And by age, potential, all of that, you mean that's the player tag of QB of the future, it's not even a question. It really isn't, but as far as the way he's physically played, he just hasn't played like even close to the best. So, I don't know. I don't know if it's literally just the player trait that he has, but he just hasn't been good. But one way or another, Cam Newton, Kenneth Walker, the defense, we were able to salvage the game and at least come away with half a win. Going against Baltimore next week, which is a challenge. Going against Cardinals after that, which is an even more challenge potentially. And then back against the Rams, of course, at home this time, but still very tough matchups coming up. Sitting at a 4-3-1 record now, barely staying above water from the last place spot in the division. Anyways, it was still a hell of a game. It was frustrating, but also a bit of fun, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you did, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel, PKR Plays for non-Madden stuff. And that is about it. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya!